right, so the starting lineups for Scott, they'll start Jordan Clemens and Alex Casnelli, Benjamin Brown, Jaden Dodd, and Johnny Boyd. And for the Pioneers, they will start Eddie Marks, Aiden Thomas, Will Scobie, Christian Bounds, number 44, who will jump center, and their leading scorer, Braden Bilton, number 55. About set to go. Scott taking on Simon Kenton, separated by only a few miles, and the tap is tipped into the Simon Kenton side of the court, but immediately a shot missed by Will Scobie, or rather by number 21, Eddie Marks, and it's Scott who claims the rebound and is on attack for their first possession. They bring the ball to Jaden Dodd. He gets it knocked out of his hands by Bilton, coming back the other way for Simon Kenton. Aiden Thomas at the point. Three-pointer left wing off the back of the iron, no good. Both these teams will shoot it. 6 a game for Simon Kenton, 7 a game for Scott. Scott gets it back down, one and done on the shot. Their leading scorer is going to open up with the three. Benjamin Brown, his 28 three-pointer. He hasn't hit a ton of them, that's a lot for this team, but 42% from beyond the arc, and it's 3-0 Eagles. Eddie Marks with it, straight man employed by the Eagles. Get it down on the block. Bilton fade away is off the front of the iron, no good. Well covered right there, and Scott attempting to get it back across. Almost may have gotten away with a walk, did Jordan Clemens. Down to Jaden Dodd, he throws it away, does Dodd, and here comes Simon Kenton. On the attack, that's Eddie Marks into the paint, draws the double team, looking for somebody, and he gets it out of there to Will Scobie. They'll reset the offense. Marks, top of the key to Bounds, right side. Bilton's first three, that goes in. Draws a lot of iron, only his 16th of the year, and we're knotted up at 3-3, 2-2-1, full court pressure for the Eagles. Or rather for the Pioneers, easily broken by the Eagles. And now a nice entry pass, and it looked like a jump ball, I believe is what the call is going to be, and it is. So 24, Johnny Boyd put up the shot. It was blocked. They both came down touching it. It goes as a jump ball, the right call, and Jaden Dodd to throw it in along the baseline. Back to Dodd, gets it underneath, up and good by Johnny Boyd, averaging 8 points a game. It's 5-3, Scott on top. Aiden Thomas to set the offense. Pioneers ball, and now trailing 2. Bad pass by Bounds, but he chases it down after it was knocked away. And Aiden Thomas will reset the offense with Casnelli guarding him. Scobie in the corner. He's tightly guarded. Bounds top of the key, working the perimeter. Thomas on the drive, one-on-one. Had it at point-blank range. Fended off the defender, missed a shot. Scott on the rebound. Benjamin Brown coming down with it. Brown in the left corner. Now they get the extra pass in. They'll reset. Brown has it again out high. Brown, a long three-pointer, and it comes up empty. Missing everything that time. Crowd's going to let him know 6 ticks over 5 minutes left to play first period. And our first substitution is Eddie Marks will sit down. That is 13, Xavier Linderschmidt into the game for Simon Kenton. Three-pointer straight away. Rims out, no good by Scobie. Scott brings it down, tried a long pass, knocked out of bounds by Scobie. And the Eagles will retain possession, 4:47 left in the first. Jaden Dodd, the senior, to throw it in. Gets Clemens in the backcourt, and they'll reset. Benjamin Brown, just a freshman, leading this team in scoring at 24 per game. A great story. Clemens gets the ball into the corner where it's an immediate double team, but he fights through it, and it's knocked out of bounds by Christian Bounds. Johnny Boyd Made a nice move to drive the baseline, but Bounds was there with a good block. Scott retains possession underneath their own basket. They get it out to Clemens. Will reset the offense from there. Low-scoring game so far, just 5-3, and there's a bad pass broken up, taken away. Bounds ended up with it. Quickly down court, and it is knocked out of bounds as Braylon Bilton had the ball. A good play by Brown as Bilton was going unabated to the basket. Nice job to get it knocked out of his hands. 4:15 to play, nearing the midway point of the first period. Just 3 field goals in the game so far, 2 of them belonging to the Eagles. Here's a 3-pointer left wing, and good. Will Scobie, his 73rd of the year. I'm telling you, he shoots them at a 43% clip, and it's 6-5, and then here's a steal. 2-on-2, straight to the basket, up and in for Scobie. A 5-0 run for Simon Kenton, a 5-0 run for Scobie, and just like that, they have a 3-point lead, 8-5. Quickly down court, Johnny Boyd missed it, put back his own shot, no good. Rebound comes out to SK. Simon Kenton on the attack, Scobie for 3 off the back of the iron, no good. Brown with the rebound for Scott, will reset. Brown top of the key, thinking about the 3, picks it up. In the corner for 3, no good from Alex Casanelli. The putback up and in from 15 by Jordan Clemens. It's 8-7. Close game. Here's a nice drive and kick, and it gets knocked out of bounds. Aiden Thomas tried to pass backwards. A bad idea as we get substitutes in. Liam Heger has checked into the game. Eddie Marks back into the game. And number 33, Noah Hardcorn, into the game for Simon Kenton. Jonathan Clemens, number 22, is checked in for Scott. And number 21, the sophomore Caden Marshall, in for Scott. And immediately the ball goes inbound to Eddie Marks, averaging 9 a game. A lot of subs in. We'll keep up with it. Bilton tries to take a drive off the glass. Good job by Brown. Rebound fought for. Bilton claims it, puts it up and in. 5 points for him in the first period, 2.5. Now left in the period, 10-7, SK with the lead. Brown kicks it out. 3-pointer on the way was blocked out of bounds. Clemens came in and took it, but I believe that was Xavier Linderschmidt on the block. Caden Marshall to throw it in for Scott. Does get it to Boyd. Tough shot, goes, and he draws the foul. Liam Heger is going to get whistled for the foul. His first, that's the first foul of the game, and it comes at the 2:29 mark of the first period. Johnny Boyd, a 59% foul shooter, gets that one to go. 5 in the game for him, and we're all knotted up at 10 with 2:25 left to play in the first period. Eddie Marks, they'll whip the ball around. Top of the key, 3. Linderschmidt gets it to go. 7th 3-pointer on the year, 2nd of the game for Simon Kenton. They're up 13-10. Brown loses the ball. Coming back the other way, SK has the numbers, lays it up and in. Linderschmidt with 5 points off the bench. It's a 5-point lead for the Pioneers. We're well under 2 minutes at 1:46. Scott hasn't broken the pressure, now does. Brown, free throw line, nice pass to the cutter, but he loses it, has to get it out. They reset. It's a 3-pointer on the way, no good by Caden Marshall, and the rebound by Simon Kenton, the foul on Scott. And that foul will go against Johnny Boyd, his first, team first. $1:33 left to go. Is checking back into the game for Scott is Jordan Clemens, and Justin Hardy, the junior, makes an appearance for Scott as well. Braylon Bilton with the ball. That is Liam Heeger with it, left wing, long three, rainmaker, and it is answered. Heeger's 16th three-pointer of the year, and it's the biggest lead of the game for either team, 18-10. SK with the lead, employing that 2-2-1. Brown with it. Let's see what he can do. Steps inside the three-point line for the baseline 17-footer, and it's good. Brown with 5 points. Back to 6. We're under a minute. 49 seconds left. Eddie Marks with it. The give and go. Marks going straight to the basket. It gets blocked by Brown. Scott with the basketball on the run out. 3-on-2. Brown weaves in between two players. Lost it, got it back. Puts it up, drew the foul. And I believe they're going to give Liam Heeger his second foul, the only player to have committed fouls for Simon Kenton, and that's going to put Brown at the line where he sinks the first. Just an 87% foul shooter. This young man can flat shoot the rock. 18-13, 6 points. I believe leads all scorers at this point. Second on the way is good. 7 points for him, 2 for 2 from the line. It's down, cut in half to a 4-point lead for Simon Kenton with the ball under 30. Let's see if they play it for one shot. Running double high set. Way back by the mid-court stripe was Aiden Thomas. Now he clears it. Still on the dribble, still keeping that dribble live. We're at 10 seconds. Picked up by Scobie. He drives into the paint. Kicks. The pass is high. 4 seconds. Aiden Thomas with the drive. 15-foot fadeaway, no good. Rebound, no good. As it was in the hands of Hardcorn, but he couldn't get it back in. And that will be the end of one, with Simon Kenton leading 18-14. But a 4-0 run to end the period cut the 8-point lead in half. Going over the scoring real quick, Jordan Clemens had a bucket, 2 points in the first half. Benjamin Brown led all scorers with 7. 5 points from Johnny Boyd, just 3 players scoring for Scott. For Simon Kenton, they had 3 players with 5 points each. That was Braylon Bilton, their junior guard, who's averaging 18 a game. Will Scobie, averaging 12 a game, also had 5 points. And Xavier Linderschmidt, only averaging 3 a game off the bench. He had 5 first period points. Liam Heeger added a long rain-making three-pointer. And that's where we're set, 18-14 after 1. One in the books is Eddie Marks, Aiden Thomas, Braylon Bilton, Will Scobie, and that looks like Christian Bounds, the original starting 5. Out there for Simon Kenton, you have Brown, you have Caden Marshall, number 3, Alex Casnelli, Justin Hardy, number 23, and Jordan Clemens out there for the Eagles, and we are underway. Simon Kenton ball to start the second period. Bilton drives to the free throw line, is turned away, now settle for a straightaway 3 that rims out. No good. Scott with the rebound. Fancy handles by Brown and a nice bounce pass to get it in to Casnelli, who backs it back out. They'll reset. About 30 seconds gone here in the second period. Brown, another nice pass, but he getting it to the smaller players who are cutting to the basket in the land of giants there, and nobody's passing it. That ball deflected right into the hands of Jordan Clemens. And finally it goes to Marshall. He backs it out. They'll reset again. 7-12 left to play here before halftime. Brown kicks it, right wing. 3 is nothing but net. Jordan Clemens' first 3 of the game, and there's a 3-point shooting exhibition on display right now. And after being down 8, Scott on a 7-0 run has cut it to 1. Long pass into Bilton. Bilton left wing. They'll reverse the ball. In between the circles, Marshall on the defense. Scobie with it to Bilton, back to Scobie, three-pointer left side, no good. Rebound tip, knocked out of bounds. It will go over to Scott, and with 6:33 left to play before halftime, Scott will have a possession with a chance to take the lead. Xavier Linderschmidt comes in, and he will replace Braylon Bilton, who gets, I believe, his first rest of the game. 6.5 to play before halftime. Justin Hardy got it. Backs it out to Brown. They'll start again. Brown on the right side, goes up hard, no good. Little contact, no whistle. Simon Kenton bringing it back down the other way. In the corner, three-pointer is good. Xavier Linderschmidt, second three of the game. He now has 8 to lead all scorers. 2 minutes gone, it's 21-17. 3 to answer is an air ball from Casnelli, and Simon Kenton has it with Marshall applying pressure in the backcourt, and a foul. I believe they're going to get Jordan Clemens as he crossed the timeline. Substitutes coming in will be Johnny Boyd and Jaden Dodd. Marshall and Hardy, who did a nice job off the bench, will come out of the game. Linderschmidt, who got the three to throw it in, and they will set up with Scobie on the left wing. Bounds with it. Eddie Marks. Marks drives inside, over 2 players, no good. Rebound, up and good. Christian Bounds, first basket of the game. 2 for him. It's back to a 6-point lead for Simon Kenton. Jordan Clemens with it. Over to Casnelli. They'll work the perimeter. Boy, Brown's thinking about a 30-footer, and it goes off the front of the iron. Not far, but Bounds is going to be fouled. Going behind number 24, Johnny Boyd. Remember, you can reach up over an opponent, you just cannot make contact. And that's what they did. I think that's what Will Steiner was saying. Hey, over the back's not a foul. 23-17. Scott looking to cut into that 6-point lead. They trailed by as many as 8 and brought that down to 1. Approaching the 5-minute mark left before halftime. Brown on the drive. Another good entry pass by Brown. The bounce pass, but this is taken away. And that's one of the problems is Simon Kenton's done great on the interior defense and taking it all the way coast to coast, but missing was Eddie Marks. Rebound coming back to Scott. They'll set it again with Brown. Right side, Clemens. Turned away, ball knocked out of bounds. It will stay with Scott. 4:41 to play in the second period. Throw in from underneath their own basket, Casnelli. And wanted to go, I suppose, to Jordan Clemens and threw it away. Over Clemens' head, and he couldn't have gotten that. And now Marshall checks back in. Caden Marshall, the sophomore, for Scott. And Scott with 2 opportunities to cut into that 6-point lead. Now SK with the ball, looking at a little half-court trap. And that's 10 seconds. They brought it right up to mid-court. We're trapping them before they got to the line. And Simon Kent was a little too patient and drew the 10-second violation. So it will be Scott ball again, and that's enough as Braylon Bilton checks back into the game, replaces Eddie Marks, who's getting an earful from Coach Trent Steiner. 4:22 left to play before halftime. Marshall picks his dribble up. Brown with it. In the gym range, Brown keeping the dribble live. Scobie on him. No look pass to Marshall. And that's a nice take, nearly a travel, kick back out to Marshall. We're at the 4-minute mark of the second period. Three-pointer on the way is well short by Jaden Dodd. And for a third time in a row, Scott cannot break that lead. And here is a baseline dunk by Braylon Bilton, and a timeout taken by Scott as that equals Simon Kenton. Their biggest lead of the game. 25-17, back up to 8. Braylon Bilton showing his athleticism with that baseline drive and the jam. We welcome you once again to another production of the Telecommunications Board of Northern Kentucky and TBNK Sports. Scott Borders courtside. 25-17. Simon Kenton at home with the lead. Emphasized with a dunk right before the timeout. And 3:46 left on the clock. Long conversation with the coaching staff and the official. Evidently is about bounds, not stuffing the jersey in. Coaches love having to stop and tell players to do that. I'm sure referees don't care for it either. Full court pressure now by the Pioneers, and it's going to be stolen in the backcourt. On the floor it is thrown, but Marshall takes it back away, and wide open down the other end is Boyd. Pumps and got it blocked, but Bounds gets the whistle. He can't believe it. Now, above the shoulder, the block was clean. I'm a little far to determine how much of the body he got him with. You'll have to let us know. Email us, tell us if they missed that one. Bounds thought so. Boyd hits it. Boyd 2 for 2 tonight, just a 59% foul shooter coming in. He'll get one more, 25-18. Chance to cut it right back to 6. And does. 3 for 3 from the line. 7 points for him, 25-19. Full court pressure that picks up at the three-quarter mark. So three-quarter court pressure. Scobie for 3. Got it. His second 3 of the game, and that's the biggest lead now. 2-2-1 pressure by SK, 28-19. Long pass down court. Boyd tries to go inside, gets it to Marshall. And Marshall double pumped and couldn't get the ball to go, but drew the foul. And this time, Bilton picks up the foul. His first. Caden Marshall, 60% from the line. Boy, they all are hitting. His first points of the game, 28-20. Trying to get it back to 7. Got them both. 2 points for Marshall. 7 ticks over 3 minutes left to play before halftime. And SK with the 7-point lead and have to attack the press again. It goes to Scobie, middle of the court. Now's where you make diagonal passes and get everybody down. They do. And it's just one-on-one for Thomas across the timeline. Three-pointer. Why not? Linderschmidt's third of the game, a 10-point lead. They just played off him, and he said, why not? Almost had his shoulder turned. They tell you to square up. He had a shoulder facing the basket and drains it. Little bit of a surprise. The junior doing some scoring. The kick out. That was a double dribble. It was not called. Boy, that for sure looked like a double dribble. Nice take by Brown. Little contact, no whistle. Errant shot, rebound comes the Pioneers. 2:15 now. With the balls, Bilton gets it stripped. Numbers. Brown goes in strong, lays it up and in. 9 points for Brown, approaching 2 minutes. It's an 8-point lead for SK. They've led by as many as 10. And we got a foul, what looks like away from the ball, and it's going to go against Scott, and I believe Brown gets that one. He does, his first. Minute 56 now left to go before halftime. 31-23. SK the lead in the ball. To throw it in from underneath is number 21, Eddie Marks. Scott sets, three-pointer on the way. Scobie is long, no good. Scott with the rebound, quickly down the other way. Clemens gets it back away to Brown, who gets it stripped by Bilton. Bilton one-on-one. Bilton puts it up. It's short. Rebound, back up and in. Noah Hardcorn's first basket of the game. It's back to a 10-point lead. Pressure broken. Scott with the basketball. Dodd gives way to Clemens. Tries to go underneath. Jordan Clemens with it. Baseline, ball taken right away from Johnny Boyd. And then taken back away by Clemens to Jordan Clemens, laid up and in. Brother to brother. 7 for Clemens, it's back to 8. Scott hanging around, 33-25. Back to a full court pressure, we're under a minute. Thomas gets it across the timeline. Shot up and good. His first basket of the game. 2 for him, 45 seconds left, back to 10. Clemens to Dodd, to Clemens, over to Brown, left wing. Brown, another great pass to Boyd, and this time they call the foul on number 23, Will Scobie, his first. I'm telling you what, Brown has thrown some dimes as entry passes. His teammates, he would have 7 assists by now if his teammates could turn and shoot it, but they give away a lot of length to SK when they get the ball down on the block. A little tentative to take it straight up. They're getting some great passes. And there's a takeaway. Bilton has it. Brown gets it back from him, and then a foul. And that's going to go against Bilton and be his second. The official right there, and I 100% agree with the call. Player control foul, so they will take it out and have to go the length of the court in 27 seconds even. No, they are saying it's shooting. So we are in the bonus. And Brown will go to the line. 87% foul shooter. And he missed. Doesn't do that often. 2 of 3 now, trying to get it into single digits. This one, good. Had a good first half. 27 seconds remain. Let's see what SK does up 9. They've led by as many as 10. Can take their biggest lead of the game on this possession, but throw it away. Numbers for Scott. Brown takes it hard. No good. Too hard off the glass. Coming back the other way with 10 seconds. Scobie with the ball. Picks up his dribble. 6 seconds. Thomas drives the paint. Great no-look pass for a great basket to Hardcorn, his second field goal, and that is how we will end the first half. Simon Kenton taking its biggest lead by 11 on a great play. Thomas to Hardcorn right before the buzzer sounded. They lead by 11. We're going to take a break. We'll be back for the second half of action as we continue with TBNK Sports.
We've all been here before. Another night of channel surfing, scrolling with nothing catching your eye.
And it's gonna be a cold one today, folks.
Until almost like something wants to reach out and grab you. And as long as you didn't invest in a haunted piece of land, that thing is TBNK, or the Telecommunications Board of Northern Kentucky. With a focus on local Kenton County government, TBNK is committed to helping its viewers stay up to date on everything that matters most to them. With live coverage of your local city council and commission meetings, sports from multiple high schools across Kenton County,
Kelch off the screen, knocks down the 3.
and even the occasional fender bender, there's a little something for everyone. Whether it's the next big election, or just the yearly tree lighting, TBNK is the place to watch your community grow. And don't forget about the resources available to our Kenton County residents at no extra charge, including our podcast studio and public use cameras, so you can begin creating right here in your own backyard.
We don't want to watch TV. Kids.
That's right, it's not 1999 anymore. TBNK goes where you go. From our multiple channels across the Ulta Fiber and Spectrum TV networks to your favorite web browser and even your phone with our free TBNK To Go app, staying connected has never been easier. Did I mention we're on Roku?
Can you hurry up so we can start watching?
Okay, I think you get the picture. So, what are you waiting for? Visit tbnk.org to learn more and start staying up to date in your neighborhood today.
Welcome back, where it is halftime, 37-26. We'll go over the scoring real quick. First for Scott, led in scoring by Benjamin Brown's 10 points. 7 each added by Johnny Boyd and by Jordan Clemens. And 2 points from Caden Marshall. And then it's Justin Hardy, Jonathan Clemens, and Alex Casnelli, a starter. Those players played but failed to score. For Simon Kenton, led in scoring by Xavier Linderschmidt off the bench with 11 points, 3 three-pointers. In the first half to lead all scorers, Will Scobie pitched in 8, 7 points from Braylon Bilton, their 18-point-a-game junior. 4 points from Noah Hardcourt, including a last-second shot. Kristen Bounds added 2, as did Aiden Thomas. Will Scobie, a pair of threes, added 8 points, and Liam Heeger with the 3 added 3. That rounds out the scoring, 37-26. We'll see if Scott can get back in the game. So it'll be Scott basketball as we come back. And they will be going left to right to start things off here in the second half. Brown with the ball, gets it top of the key. Dodd works it around to Boyd. Drives in the paint, draws the double team, kicks it out. Dodd for 3, it's an air ball, but Scott reclaims the rebound, kicks it out. Another 3 on its way. This one is good. Jordan Clemens is now in double digits with his second 3. And the score, 37-29. It'll be Simon Kenton basketball with 7:15 left to play. Thomas driving, had that great pass knocked out of bounds. It will stay right here. Simon Kenton lobs it in for Bilton in the paint. Everybody left, and he's got an easy lay-in. Looked like Bradley was trying to draw the charge, and the referee said, a minute gone here in the third. Back to a 10-point game. Bilton now with 9. And there's a nice entry pass and a basket right there for Johnny Boyd, who has 9 points. Back to an 8-point game, full court pressure by the Eagles. Played a minute and a half of the third period. Pioneers cross the timeline. Eddie Marks, who hasn't scored. Bounds over to Thomas. Top of the key, Will Scobie. The drive by Bilton, and he comes up short. Bounds put it up, no good. Rebound cleared by number 14, Jaden Dodd. They're quickly down court and find Boyd again, and he draws the foul. Bounds is going to get whistled for it. Boyd with 11 points. Bounds gets his second. Bilton also has two. Johnny Boyd going to the line where he's 3 for 3, the 59% foul shooter. With 6 minutes, 9 seconds, he could get this lead down to 5. And does. So they've trailed by as many as 11. They've more than cut that in half and apply backcourt pressure. Linderschmidt immediately off the bench had those 3 first half three-pointers. He has the ball now and gives way. The drive by Thomas knocked out of bounds. Good job by Boyd. He was trying to hit Marks open in the corner. Game's getting uncomfortably close now for the Pioneers. And Bilton and Brown going at it. Referee's going to have some words to say to both of them. He let them have it. And he has to yell at him again. The throw does come into Bilton. Brown all over him. Little contact goes in and he draws the foul. Yeah, Brown probably got away with one before he got the legit foul. That's the second one on Brown. 5:48 to go, third period. And that's going to put Bilton at the line where he is a 65% foul shooter. Got it. Ten points now for Bilton, who's in double digits. One more coming. That's good. Hits them both, 2 for 2 from the line. Back to a 7-point lead. Scott with the basketball. Played over 3 minutes of the third period. Picks up his dribble, gets it down to Boyd. Double teamed in the corner, in trouble. And we got a whistle and a timeout, wisely taken by the Scott bench as he was in trouble in the corner right there. Steve Frohmeyer calls the 30-second timeout. 5:38 to play. Third period, 41-34. Simon Kenton with the lead. Eagles with the basketball. Welcome once again from Independence, Kentucky at Simon Kenton High School. Just a jaunt down the road for me. All right, so the quick timeout. Frohmeyer having a long conversation with the lead official. Pleasant enough, but there have been enough warnings. You're going to start seeing some quicker whistles, I have a feeling, in the second half. Scott throws the ball inbounds from the near sideline. It's Jordan Clemens with it. Brown way out high. Gives it back to Clemens. Casnelli, who had a quiet first half. Brown with it in the corner. Casnelli top of the key. Dodd drives. Kicks. Clemens head fake. 15-footer. High. Archer goes in. 12 now for Jordan Clemens. 41-37. A 4-point game, and boy, Bilton had it wide open to the basket, lost it. He thought it got stripped, but it's last touch, they say, by Simon Kenton. And with the score 41-37, it'll be Scott basketball. No, they brought it back to 36. I was wondering. I knew that was 5. So they did the right thing. It wasn't 37. It was 36. So it's 41-36. Look at the no-look pass to Boyd, and he can't give him the assist, but gets his own rebound, puts it back up and in. You got to give Brown a lot of credit. He won't get an assist on that. But give him some credit. Aiden Thomas with the whistle. Boyd, another and one opportunity. So far, 7 second-half points. All right, so they have decided it was Aiden Thomas on the foul. 4:37 to play third period. He missed that one. That's the first miss from the line for Johnny Boyd, and quickly back down is Bilton between the legs. 10-footer, got it. Silky smooth for the junior that time. Back to a 5-point lead, 43-38. Not over and back. Everybody's going to complain. You have to have 3 points of contact, and somehow Casnelli's first field goal, and it's off the backboard. 43-41. They say that was a three. And a 2-point game. Simon Kenton's Bilton stops and pops short from 15. Scott with the chance to tie or take the lead. Brown for the lead. No, just short, but the rebound underneath by Scott. Then it goes out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by Simon Kenton. Off the bench for the Pioneers comes Noah Hardcorn and Liam Heeger, who had that three-pointer in the first half. You've got Xavier Linderschmidt, Aiden Thomas, and Eddie Marks. Another nice pass to Boyd. He kicks it out. Three-pointer Dodd is no good. Rebound, another one for Scott. Three-pointer Brown rims out, no good. Rebound Dodd for Scott. And this time he draws the foul from Hardcorn. Casnelli's done a good job getting rebounds, and there was another beautiful pass from Brown inside that got wasted, but as a result, Scott ends up on the line with number 14, Jaden Dodd, a 79% foul shooter. Got it. First points today for Dodd. It's a 1-point game, and they can knot it up at 43. Yes. All tied up. SK is led by as many as 11. It's a new ball game now, and they are in trouble right now in the backcourt. They got to hurry, and Thomas does get it over the timeline. 3:08 left to play, third period. Thomas driving right side, tries to split the defense, and we're going to have a foul on the floor, I believe, against Boyd, and that's who it is. His second, but it's on the floor. 4 ticks over 3 minutes left to play in the third. Double stack, wide open three, got it! But an offensive foul will negate the shot. Linderschmidt on the screen gets whistled for the foul. Wipe Heeger's three off the board, timeout taken by Trent Steiner and Simon Kenton. I don't think Steiner liked the call. It was away from the shot. Basket does not count. Full timeout. 2 ticks over 3 minutes left to play. When we come back, it'll be Scott basketball with a chance to take the lead. What a game. 2 in a row now. And it's got a ways to go to equal the finish of last week, but we can always hope. I 100% agree with the timeout here, and you got to think Steiner had to be thinking about it the last couple of possessions. The banked-in three. The offensive rebounding has just dominated Simon Kenton here in the second half. Scott has had 2 and 3 opportunities every time down, it seems like. And you kind of like the way Brown plays as well as being a good passer. That young man is a very intelligent, high basketball IQ player, not forcing the issue right now, and I like that. Shot's not exactly dropping, so he's doing other things the team needs. Under 3 minutes. Crosses the timeline. Clemens to Brown, back to Clemens, keeping it in the perimeter with Dodd. Long pass, Brown, the oop, and he just fumbled it out of bounds to Simon Kenton. It was there. A beautiful pass from Dodd, and that's one Brown wishes he could have back. Just flat out fumbled it out of bounds, and it'll be full court pressure now going against Simon Kenton to bring the ball the length of the court. Linder Schmidt breaks the pressure by himself. The good job handling the basketball into the front court, tied at 43, 2.5 to play, third period. It's all of a sudden become a game. Scobie with the basketball. Left side, Thomas driving baseline, turns around. Scobie contested 3 off the back of the iron, no good. Brown with the rebound, gets it down quickly, and it's taken away, knocked out of bounds, but it will stay with Scott. Linder Schmidt tried to knock it off Casanelli, who was supposed to get the ball there, but ended up being the last player to touch it. Dodd to throw it in underneath his own basket. There's an open 10-footer, good. Jordan Clemens, 14 points, 45-43. Scott with its first lead since early in the first period. Approaching 2 minutes, Thomas wildly going in, and off balance draws the foul. And Casanelli commits his second. And that one, I felt like Thomas was a little out of control. I felt like he got bailed by the whistle a little bit there. An even 2 minutes left, and Thomas misses. .62% foul shooter. His team finding themselves trailing. Second one, no good. Missed them both. Scott can now add to their lead. Caden Marshall into the game, gets it in the corner to Dodd. There's Brown, had the look, passed it up, steps inside for the elbow jumper, no good. Rebound, Simon Kenton. And now a long pass down to Scobie in the corner. He picks his dribble up, is in trouble, and Marshall just knocks it out of his hands with the .38. I'm wondering if Brown might have second-guessed that a bit too much. He looked like he had time to get that 3 off, and that was the better shot. Liam Heger checks into the game for SK. And for now, number 13, Benjamin Brown, the talented freshman, is going to sit out. That young man is a player. I'm going to keep an eye on him. Pass into Scobie. .35 left to play third period. Thomas with it. Back to Scobie on the block. Jordan Clemens on him. Kicks it out. Thomas drives. Picks up a triple team. Kicks it out for an open 3. No good. But the rebound SK. Back to March. Left wing Scobie. No good. Rebound SK. Blocked. Save, but right back as it actually touched out of bounds and will stay with Simon Kenton. And that block got people off their feet. Was Hardy, I believe. Aiden Thomas to throw it in. .15. Scott by 2. Into the backcourt. Eddie Marks will set the offense. Heger. Scobie. Working the perimeter. Thomas brings it back to the middle. Under a minute. Right wing. Here's the drive. Stops. Shoots. Got it. Heger with a big shot Only his second field goal of the game, 5, and now a double team of Marshall. He gets rid of it to Clemens. 40 seconds all tied up. Clemens with the drive into the paint, 7-footer no good. Rebound comes out to Marks, and he draws the foul as number 22, Jonathan Clemens, gets whistled. 34 seconds left. It's going to be full court pressure again for Scott here against Simon Kenton. This time they're going to match up. They fade off as the pass comes in to number 21, Eddie Marks. And Marks just walks it up. 26 seconds. See what they're doing now. Straight man. Playing it tight. Hardcorn with the ball out high. He won't hurt you there. 17 seconds. Heger gets the foul from Marshall. And I thought they had one more, but evidently not. That is the bonus. So I thought they had one to give, but that is going to put Liam Heger at the line where he's only been there twice all year and was perfect until then. Now 2 of 3 on the year. Misses the first, and some key missed free throws here in the second half by Simon Kenton. 16 seconds showing on the clock. We're deadlocked at 45. Got it. Second one is good. 6 points for Heger. 15 seconds. Scott's got to come the length of the floor. Brown dribbles down under 10 seconds. Brown centers it. Brown all the way on the block. Draws the blocking foul as Hardcorn commits it. He'll go to the line. Brown knew right what he wanted to do, stayed in control, drew the foul. Brown scoreless here in the second half, continues to be. That's now his second miss from the line, coming in an 87% foul shooter, 7.1 left on the clock in the third. 46-45, SK with the lead. He could tie it up by hitting this. And missed them both. Wow. A lot of misses, but a steal in the backcourt. Clemens throws it up, no good. Out of bounds, should be Scott basketball. Yep, they missed it. Neither one of them saw it. They looked to each other. The ref, and I'm going to say the ref underneath does the right thing. He makes the choice based off the best information he has, but we could clearly see that was off Simon Kenton, and with 1/10 of a second, it's probably a moot point anyway, as Simon Kenton just throws it the length of the court. And that is how the third period ends, with Simon Kenton up 46-45. 3 in the books, 1 more to go. Only 2 players scoring for Simon Kenton, and that's a game-low 9 second-half points for the Pioneers. We're going to have 8 minutes to decide it. Liam Heger and Braylon Bilton, who spent a good part of that third period on the bench, resting up for the final period, I believe. We'll see more of him. And Brown held scoreless in the third period for Scott. And amazingly missed 3 free throws, coming in as an 87% foul shooter. I mean, that's the guy you want at the line. So here we go. It'll be SK basketball on the possession. They get it into Marks. Marks dribbles across, wanted to get it to Thomas, and they're denying Thomas right now. Now he gets it. We are underway. Marks, nifty crossover, puts it up, no good, draws the foul, and I believe that's Hardy. Yep. Getting just a bit chippy right now. There was definitely contact on that play, and that is going to put Eddie Marks on the line. Eddie Marks, 79% foul shooter. It seems like percentages have gone by the wayside, but he makes that his first points of the game. Marks, a starter, averaging 9 a game. Hasn't scored until this very moment. 7:43 left to go in the game, and gets both of them. 2 points for Marks, 3-point lead for Simon Kenton. Scott with the basketball in the backcourt. Brown sends everybody down, gets it to Clemens to cross the timeline. And now they'll set up Brown in the corner. Keeps his dribble alive, got it taken away. Scramble for the ball, saved by Brown. Now Hardy drives to the basket, tries a tough shot off the glass. No good, and Bounds, who spent a lot of time on the bench in that third period and is back out in the game, got the rebound. So far, Bilton hasn't come in, and I could be wrong. Bilton may have 3 fouls. Is why they're keeping him on the bench. There's a nice drive by Thomas, but it's caught way too far underneath. Trying to throw it out. Ball was tipped and goes out of bounds. Coming in for Scott, number 3, Alex Casanelli. Number 14, Jaden Dodd. Hardy will sit down, and 22, Jonathan Clemens will sit down. Jordan Clemens remains in the game, the senior. Both of them seniors. Here's Scobie, good look, hits the 3. That's big. Scobie's first points of the second half, 11 for the game, 51-45. Free throw line jumper, Clemens off the back of the iron, no good. Bounds with the rebound and then threw it away, but I thought it might have been touched by Scott, but it'll stay right here. Scott basketball underneath their own basket, trailing by 6. Jordan Clemens to throw it in underneath the basket. Gets it way out high to Brown. That's where they'll set it up. Brown on the dribble, trying to take Marks. Kicks it to Hardy. He picks his dribble up right in the paint, over to Jordan Clemens, who tried to draw the foul and did. They're going to get 13, Xavier Linderschmidt, and that'll put Jordan Clemens on the line. Late whistle, but there was contact. A lot of times an official won't bail a smaller player out, but there was pretty evident contact. Late whistle or not, probably the right call. First of 2 is good. 15 points for Jordan Clemens. Now he averages about 13 a game. 80% foul shooter, gets both of them. And with 6:26 left to play, it's back to 4. Simon Kenton in the backcourt wanted to get it to Thomas. They do. Casanelli on him, Bounds with it. Here comes Scobie off a screen, kicks to the corner. The drive by Marks into the paint, double team, kicks out. Scobie, a corner 3, right where he hit the last one. 4 3-pointers in the game for Will Scobie, 76 on the year. It's a 7-point lead. Brown drives and gets it blocked, and that'll be a goaltend. Bounds got a piece of it, but they're going to count it. And oddly enough, Brown's first field goal of the second half, now 12 in the game, comes as a result of a ball tipped on the way down. Goaltending. Simon Kenton has it up 5. Marks with the basketball, picks up his dribble, clears it with Thomas, gets it back to the block, and is going to turn around and come back. 5.5 to play. Boy, Bilton's still on the bench. Thomas dribbling around. Linderschmidt. And that's broken up on a lazy pass. Coming back the other way, Casanelli, too hard off the glass. Fought for him. We're going to have a jump ball, I believe. And I believe it will be Scott basketball, trailing by 5, and it will. Both these teams now playing hard every possession. Scott winning that 50-50. Pass comes into Casnelli, over to Brown. Brown working on Marks, loses his dribble, tied up again, and it's going to go right back to Simon Kenton. Brown is just a freshman's had a rough second half. Now they'll apply full court pressure. 5:10 left to play. 54-49. SK the lead and the basketball. They get the ball inbounds. And that's a foul, and it was. Casnelli knew it, had a hold of his jersey. That, I believe, is 3 on Casnelli, or 2 on Casnelli. They'll still have to go length of the court. You don't want to get into a desperation situation right now. Scott just needs to play good defense. Try to create some ball pressure as Braylon Bilton has been on the bench quite a while, finally in the game at the 5:01 mark. So you spent 3 minutes of the fourth period. They built back a 5-point lead, and now Bilton comes in, wide open underneath and dunks it. Great feed from Marks. 7-point lead for SK, and boy, is his presence felt. And then overplaying, he commits the foul. Now, I only have him with 3, and I thought it was foul trouble that kept him on the bench. Scott with the basketball, 4:42 to play, down 7. Brown picks up the double team, makes a bad pass, stolen by Bounds. He's going to dunk it. 4 points for Bounds and gets the breakaway dunk, 58-49. SK opens up a 9-point lead, 4:32 left to play. Scott fought back, even had a lead. But SK now comes roaring back. 13-3, they have outscored Scott here in the fourth period. 4.5 to play. All right, 58-49, 4:32 to play. We just saw the senior Christian Bounds get the breakaway dunk. Be full court pressure against Scott now, as they will have to bring it up the length of the court. They get it away to Brown. Brown brings it down, drives into the paint, puts it up, got it. Boy, they needed that. 58-51, they cut it back to 7, and they come up with man pressure. Bilton has it, Brown on him. That's been an interesting matchup all game. Really impressed with Brown, however. The freshman playing some big-time basketball tonight. And there's a steal. Dodd into the front court. Dodd lays it up and in. 4 points for Dodd all in the second half. It's up back to a 5-point game. We're 3:48 left. So back-to-back baskets bring it within 5. SK with the ball, Bilton to Bounds. Work the ball over to the right side to Marks. They're going to leave Marks alone. Gives way to Thomas. Taking a little time off the clock. Pass right back to Bilton, loses it. but they're going to say Jordan Clemens got him with the body. Bilton tried the drop step, lost the ball, but they say Clemens got him. 3:19 left to play. It'll be Simon Kenton ball underneath their own basket. And the ball is kicked. They'll reset it. That was Hardy who got the kick. Get it to Bilton, puts it up and in on the lob. What a weapon that is. Dodd gets it in quickly. Casanelli, he had the wide open layup and drew the foul, but he could not get the layup to go. Thomas gets the foul. Casanelli goes to the line. Second on Thomas, 60-53. Casanelli, a 57% foul shooter, 3:08 now left to play. They need him. Down 7. First is good. 4 points for Casanelli. He'll get one more. 60-54. Got it. Back to a 5-point game. Bilton to throw it in. 8 ticks over 3 minutes left to go. Looking, he does get it into Scobie. Back to Bilton. They trust the big man to dribble the ball, and they really like Thomas dribbling the ball and Casanelli hounding him. It's under 3 minutes. Marks with it. They leave him alone for a moment, and Marks gets free and missed the shot. And look at Jordan Clemens, the smallest guy on the court, with the rebound. Brown takes it, kicks out in the corner. Dodd had a momentary look at a three. Now Casanelli does and drains it. 8 for Casanelli. It's a 2-point game. They get the inbounds in. Thomas dribbling down with Casanelli on him. Casanelli commits the foul. 3 on him. 2:26 to play. It's a 2-point game. Steve Frohmeyer didn't like that. They get the ball on the side, however. Bilton wide open underneath. Great spin move. He is tough. 62-58, back to 4. Free throw line jumper. Jordan Clemens got it. Back to 2. 30-second timeout taken by Scott. 2:09 left to play. Anybody's game. Just a 30-second timeout with 2:09 left. Boy, Scott getting down by 9. They battle back again. Casanelli, who's had a tough time scoring tonight, the clutch 3 from the corner. All right, 62-60. Simon Kenton has to bring it the length of the court. Could be a game of attrition and free throws at this point. They get the ball in and don't know when and if Scott will foul. No shot clock in high school basketball, so they'll give him a little time. Marks with it. We're under 2 minutes. SK in no hurry, but sure would like to get a shot here. And there's a foul, and that was Casanelli with the push. He didn't like it, but that's his 4th. right at the midcourt stripe. It got a little anxious with the body, and that's going to put Aiden Thomas, a 62% foul shooter, with 2 points tonight and 2 previous misses from the line, but drains that one. Clutch free throw. 3 points for him, back to a 3-point lead. One more coming. Got them both. Big time clutch for that young man, and it's 64-60, and a near steal by Scobie goes out of bounds. Scott will have the ball. Jordan Clemens breaks free, like his game too. He is just hustle all over the court. Breaks into the front court, $1:40 left to play. Gives way to Brown, three-pointer from the corner is short. Scobie with the rebound. Minute and a half now, 4-point lead for Simon Kenton. Let's see what they do. Bilton with it. Out by the hash mark. Top of the key to Bounds, left wing, Thomas. Bounds breaks free, and boy, he had a point-blank shot over a shorter player. Bilton drives in with a tough shot. No, Bounds had it, got stripped. Dodd with the basketball. Boy, Bounds passed up an easy basket, and now a near foul in the corner, but a three-pointer, Clemens. No, he missed it. Bilton with the rebound. That would have brought this half of the court on its feet, but a timeout taken by Simon Kenton with 58 seconds left, up 4. That would have cut it to a 1-point lead. Simon Kenton just keeping their head above water right now. Anything but a three-pointer, it'll still be a 2-possession game. The next time Scott touches the ball, what you have to decide if you're Steve Fromeyer is if you're going to foul in this situation. And if so, who are you going to foul? Aiden Thomas just 62%, but hit his last 2. Everyone else tonight has been pretty consistent. Throwing it in from underneath their basket, Bilton breaks free. Let him get it across the timeline. I imagine Brown overplaying and getting away with all kinds of contact. Now gets whistled for the foul. Got away with 2 before he finally got it into the front court. 50 seconds showing on the clock. I don't think they're arguing the foul call. There was definite contact, but probably should have called it in the backcourt. Bilton. No! Big miss. Not the best part of his game. 65% from the line, and he's been there more than anybody on the team. Second on its way. Got it. 20 points now for Braylon Bilton. Scott to bring it across. Brown with it, 45 seconds, down 2 possessions. Brown takes it into the block, kicks out. Jordan Clemens, good look at a 3. It's long, rebound, Simon Kenton. Bilton has it, he gets fouled by Hardy. With 34 seconds left, a pair of free throws here makes it a 3-possession game. And those that have listened to me long enough know my rule of thumb is if you've got a 3-possession lead under 30 and there are 34 seconds, you ought to win that game. We'll see what happens. Bilton back to the line, got it. 21 for him, one more coming. That's a 2-possession game, still at 6. "22 points for Braylon Bilton, the junior. 67-60, 3-possession game. Now we're under 30. Brown with it, kicks it out. They lose it, and that might do it. Scobie with it, gives it right back to Marks, back to Scobie. 19 seconds on the clock, and we got a timeout taken by Trent Steiner. timeout. And boy, he comes right after Marks again. Marks has been in his doghouse a good part of this game. And fans on this side of the court starting to leave with 17.8 on the clock. A 3-possession lead for Simon Kenton, and they have the basketball. Scott twice has had to come back, once from 11, once from 9 points. They did both times, but this may be a little bit too large of a mountain to climb for them in the late going. 67-60. Can't say enough for the effort Scott has had. Two pretty evenly matched teams. If Brown is hitting his normal 3 ball, it's no telling what would happen. Kept saying Hardy. 24 is Boyd of Scott. 17.8. It'll be Simon Kenton basketball at the hash on the opposite side. They get it inbounds to Marks, right back to Thomas, who got fouled. He did a little bit of a late whistle, but Clemens got him. Third on Clemens. 13.9, and that's going to put number 22, Aiden Thomas, at the line. Again, just a 62% foul shooter, but the last time here he hit both. 4 points tonight. Got it. And boy, they have hit nothing but net. 5 points for him, 68-60. Got them both. 6 points. Brown with the basketball. We're under 10 seconds. Dodd for 3 off the back of the iron. Loose ball is picked up. Let's see if they foul. They will not. They're going to let the clock run out. Final score 69-60 in a fun basketball game to watch. Scott had to come back twice, but in the end, Simon Kenton just a little too much, and they win the game 69-60. We'll go over the totals in just a moment for Scott. That will drop then to 13-11 on the year, 4-4 in the region, 0-3 in the district. For Simon Kenton, they will raise to 13-9 on the year, 6-2 in the region, a perfect 3-0 in the district. We'll go over the scoring. First for the visiting Scott Eagles. They were led in scoring, and it ended up being Jordan Clemens, the senior, had 18 points in the game and a pair of 3-pointers. Benjamin Brown, normally their leading scorer, with 14 points in the game, but held to just 4 points in the second half, held to just 1 3-pointer for the game. Johnny Boyd, with an even game, 7 in each half, had 14 points. Caden Marshall off the bench added 2. Jaden Dodd, a starter, held scoreless in the first half, got 4 in the second half. Alex Casnelli provided a big second half, including 5 points in the fourth period. He had a total of 8. Jonathan Clemens and Justin Hardy, each of those players played. They failed to score. For Simon Kenton, led in scoring in an evenly spread and distributed game, Braylon Bilton, their fabulous junior guard, 22 points, had 7 at halftime, but was a monster in the time he played, especially had 9 points in the fourth period after sitting out a good part of the third period. 4 points each for Noah Hardcorn and Christian Bounds. That included a dunk for Bounds, I'm sure he's proud of. Will Scobie, 4 3-pointers, had 14 points in the game. Aiden Thomas with 6 points. Eddie Marks, a starter, just 2 free throws, 2 points for him. And Xavier Linderschmidt had 3 3-pointers and 11 points, all the scoring in the first half, as he was held scoreless in the second half. Liam Heger off the bench with 6 points. And again, the final score, 69-60. SK with the win. They won 18-14 after the first period, won the second period 19-12, had an 11-point lead in halftime, but Scott with a great third period won that 19-9. And it was 23-15, SK winning the fourth period to win the game 69-60. We're going to say goodbye from Independence, Kentucky. Again, our final score, Simon Kenton 69, Scott 60. We'll be back for a few games next week, and then it's postseason time in basketball, and Brian and I might be headed back for the podcast. Again, the final score 69-60. For all our fans, we'll say good night from Independence.